The Igbo people have played an instrumental role in the development of Nigeria's political history, with numerous influential figures shaping the country's governance, independence, and democracy. From pre-independence activists to military leaders and post-colonial statesmen, the Igbo have produced several key leaders whose contributions continue to resonate in modern-day Nigeria. In today's video, we'll explore some of the most prominent Igbo political figures, their contributions to Nigeria's political landscape, and the legacies they have left behind. Through their leadership and tenacity, these individuals have had a significant impact on the country, championing political reform, fostering unity, and representing the interests of the Igbo people and Nigeria at large. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nigeria's first president. Nnamdi Azikiwe, popularly known as Zik of Africa, is one of the most revered figures in Nigerian political history. Born in 1904 in Zungeru, northern Nigeria, to Igbo parents, Azikiwe was a trailblazer in the fight for Nigerian independence and one of the founding fathers of the nation. Azikiwe's political career began in the early 1940s when he became involved in anti-colonial activities. His experience abroad in the United States, where he earned degrees in political science and journalism, significantly influenced his Pan-African ideals and desire for independence across Africa. On his return to Nigeria, Azikiwe became a journalist and published newspapers that were critical of colonial rule. His papers, particularly the West African Pilot, played a significant role in promoting nationalist ideals and raising awareness of the need for independence. Azikiwe founded the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroon's NCNC in 1944 alongside Herbert Macaulay, a political movement that aimed to secure greater autonomy from British rule. As a leader of the NCNC, Azikiwe advocated for a united Nigeria and participated in constitutional talks with the British authorities. His effort paid off when Nigeria finally gained independence on October 1, 1960. In 1963, Azikiwe became Nigeria's first president following the adoption of a republican constitution. Though his role as president was largely ceremonial, he was a symbol of national unity at a time when the country was navigating post-colonial challenges. Azikiwe's legacy as a staunch advocate for Nigeria's sovereignty and an early proponent of Pan-Africanism continues to inspire generations of African leaders today. General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, leader of Biafra. Odumegwu Ojukwu was a key figure in Nigerian politics, best known for his leadership during the Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Biafran War. Born into wealth in 1933, Ojukwu was the son of Sir Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu, one of Nigeria's richest men at the time. Despite his privileged background, Ojukwu chose to serve in the Nigerian military, where he quickly rose through the ranks. Ojukwu's political and military career became internationally prominent during the tumultuous period following Nigeria's independence. By the mid-1960s, ethnic tensions in Nigeria had reached a boiling point, leading to a series of coups and counter-coups. The Igbo people, who had been targeted in massacres in northern Nigeria, felt marginalized and persecuted by the central government. In response, Ojukwu declared the secession of the southeastern region of Nigeria, which was predominantly Igbo, and formed the Republic of Biafra in 1967. As a leader of Biafra, Ojukwu became a central figure in one of Africa's bloodiest conflicts, the Nigerian Civil War, which lasted from 1967 to 1970, claimed over 1 million lives, many of whom were Igbo civilians, who died from starvation and disease due to a blockage imposed by the Nigerian government. Ojukwu's leadership during this period was characterized by his desire to protect the Igbo people from further persecution, but the war ultimately ended in Biafra's defeat. In 1970, Ojukwu fled into exile in Côte d'Ivoire. After receiving a pardon in 1982, Ojukwu returned to Nigeria and re-entered politics. He remained a prominent figure in Igbo affairs and Nigerian politics until his death in 2011. Despite the controversy surrounding his role in the Civil War, Ojukwu is remembered as a symbol of Igbo nationalism and resilience. Dr. Michael Okpara, the Premier of Eastern Nigeria. Dr. Michael Okpara was another influential Igbo politician who played a pivotal role in the development of Eastern Nigeria during the early years of Nigeria's independence. Born in 1920 in Umuahia, Okpara trained as a medical doctor before venturing into politics, where he became became known for his progressive and socialist views. In 1959, Okpara was elected Premier of Eastern Nigeria, a position he held until the outbreak of the Nigerian Civil War in 1966. As Premier, Okpara was committed to economic development, particularly in agriculture. He implemented policies that encouraged the cultivation of cash crops such as palm oil and rubber, which significantly boosted the region's economy. Okpara was also a strong advocate for education and industrialization. Under his leadership, several institutions of higher learning were established, including the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, which remains one of the country's top universities. His policies laid the foundation for the economic and educational development of the Eastern Nigeria, making him one of the most respected leaders in Igbo history. Alex Ekwueme, Nigeria's first vice president. Dr. Alex Ifeanyichukwu Ekwueme was Nigeria's first executive vice president, serving from 1979 to 1983 under President Shehu Shagari. Born in 1932 in Anambra State, Ekwueme was an accomplished architect and academic before entering politics. Ekwueme's political career took off in 1979 when Nigeria transitioned from military to civilian rule. He was chosen as a running mate of Shehu Shagari, and together they won the election, marking the start of Nigeria's Second Republic. As vice president, Ekwueme played a critical role in fostering national unity, particularly in ensuring that the interest of the Eastern region was represented in the federal government. After the military coup in 1983, which ended the Shagari government, Ekwueme was imprisoned by the new military regime led by General Muhammadu Buhari. However, his reputation for integrity and his commitment to democracy remained intact. In the 1990s, he played a crucial role in Nigeria's return to civilian rule, particularly as the leader of the Group of 34, which is the G34, a coalition that opposed the military regime of Sani Abacha and advocated for democratic governance. His efforts were instrumental in the formation of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), which has since become one of Nigeria's major political parties. Ekwueme is remembered as a statesman who valued democracy, unity, and transparency in governance. His contributions to Nigeria's political landscape are still recognized today, and he remains a figure of respect across Nigeria, particularly among the Igbo people. Chinua Achebe, the voice of Igbo culture in politics. Although Chinua Achebe is best known as a novelist, his works and public engagement had significant political implications. Achebe's writing, particularly his classic novel Things Fall Apart, brought global attention to Igbo culture and the effect of colonialism. Achebe was also vocal about the marginalization of the Igbo people, particularly during and after the Nigerian Civil War. Achebe was an advocate for social justice and often criticized Nigerian leaders for corruption and the failure to address ethnic inequalities. In 1983, he famously rejected a national award from the Nigerian government, citing the mismanagement of the country and the oppression of the Igbo people as his reasons. During the Nigerian Civil War, Achebe supported the Biafran cause and used his writing to highlight the suffering of the Igbo people during the conflict. His book, The Trouble with Nigeria, published in 1983, was a scathing critique of the country's leadership and is considered one of the most important political commentaries in Nigeria's history. Achebe's legacy extends beyond literature. He remains a towering figure in Nigeria's intellectual and political discourse. The Igbo people have produced some of Nigeria's most influential and iconic political leaders, from Nnamdi Azikiwe's fight for independence to Ojuku's leadership during the Biafran War and Alex Ekwueme's dedication to democracy. These leaders, along with others like Michael Okpara and Chinua Achebe, have left an indelible mark on Nigeria's political landscape. Their contributions go beyond politics. They have shaped the course of Nigerian history, championed the cause of the Igbo people, and advocated for unity and progress in the face of significant challenges. As Nigeria continues to evolve, the legacies of these leaders will continue to inspire future generations to pursue justice, equality, and good governance. You are watching Ebonyi People TV. Igbo Kwenu!